This should be exciting for you guys. And found a little spot to hang out. So I decided to pick out this amazing view. We got the water. Hopefully the sound of the water's not too loud through the microphone. I'm gonna try to keep it all really concise for you guys. But first, I want to thank you for joining my channel yet again for another yoga experience. We are hanging out with Yin Yang Yoga today, and today our issue is going to be that low back pain. Sometimes you feel it when you get up out of a seated position over a long period of time. You just get up and you're like, oh man, that's stiff. This is how you get rid of that low back pain. But first, let's get our breath together. Go ahead and hang out with me. Let's drop down to the knees. You want to lay on the laces, right? Put those feet, point them back towards you. Sit down as best you can. Fellas, no shame. If you need a block, grab a block. Set it up behind you, right? So that you can sit up nice and high and take a ton of that tension out of your quads or knees. But for us, we can just sit down wherever that's comfortable, right? And a little bit of discomfort's okay. Pain is not okay, guys. We want to keep this super chill, relaxed, okay? So all these stretches are going to be through kind of a flow. Right now we're just opening up kind of the hips, opening up with the knees, letting us have. Thank you for that airplane overhead. I know that was expected. There he is. When you're in real world environment, this is just what happens. It takes us out, only if we let it take us out. So instead, let's go ahead and work on that breathing. Right in through the nose. Take a big deep breath. Right? Try to fill up the lower half of that lung. And set into this environment. You can't feel it, but there's a really nice breeze across me right now. It's fantastic. Every time you exhale, feel just a little bit heavier in your hips, just a little bit heavier. As we inhale, we try to sit up nice and tall, try to gain as much length out of your spine as possible. There it is. So again, we're working on that low back pain. So we need to loosen up a whole bunch of stuff that's happening really in the lumbo-hip complex right in through here. So our first movement is going to be facing all fours, right? So we'll be facing the edge of our mat. We're going to be on all fours, hands forward towards the front of the mat. Toes are laid down behind us, right? So take a look at the wrist bend there. Make sure it's parallel with the front of your mat. So our first, we're going to cycle this up with our inhale and exhale. So as we go into our inhale, I want you to drop that spine down, poke that tailbone up and out, and then mirror it with the chin. Big inhale. We're going to pause. As we go into that exhale, just reverse it, right? Tuck everything. Tuck the tailbone. Let the head hang. I want you to feel like you're pushing the ground away. Really flex that spine at the top. Now inhale. Send it up. As we exhale, turn that down. Press. This is not a strict form of yoga. There's nobody forcing you to stay in an uncomfortable place. Move around. Find your spot, right? And then hang out there. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Pull that in. Keep it tight. There's that bit of tension. And now let's let it out. Strong exhale this time. Good. Back to neutral spine. We want to work out here is we want to take this right leg back, right, and just push that toe into the edge of your mat there and bound against it. Think about stretching that calf some. I'm just going to inch forward a little bit. So calf, almost like you're opening up your toe. You know what I mean? Kind of feeling the bottom of the foot stretch, bouncing against that. Good. Out. As we're here on threes, we're using that right toe off to give us a fourth point of contact. I want to take the left hand up and away. We want to reach for the wall in front of us, right? And then turn that thumb up. From here, lean just a little bit onto that right hand. Lean forward enough to draw the right foot off the ground. From here, we want to point those toes down, almost like you're sitting against the wall behind you. and press against that wall. Flex your quad and be strong. Inhale. And on our exhale, let's bring these knee and elbow in together. Crunch it real hard. Draw the belly button up and then extend. Pull those toes down. Inhale. Crunch. Inhale. Hold this position. Let the right foot fall behind the left foot. Open up. Match the left hand with the right hand, and I want you to brace yourself to bring the right hand off the mat, up, engage the glute, bridge the hip tall, and then let's bring this hand up. This is a supported side plank. From here, try to load that hand. Press down firm into your left hand, using this left foot for a second point of balance. Really press through, open up, almost send it back. Now at the same time, we want to bring these together and match all four. Let's repeat that on the left side. Send that left foot back, dig in the toe a little bit, and oscillate back and forth on that toe. Give it a stretch. Again, fundamentally, be in the right place. But if you need to wiggle and move to find what's better for you, I say work around it and get it done. Good. So here we are, 2 points of contact. I'm gonna take this right hand off the mat, bring that thumb up to the sky, and then lean forward enough to bring the left foot off the mat. Now left foot's off the mat, we're pressing into the right foot, just trying to own that space with a deep inhale. Exhale and bring them together. Inhale. Reach, 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 load the left hand, and exhale. Drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Now exhale. Sorry, that should have been an inhale. Give it the inhale and exhale together. One more. And as we extend here, let's reach, drop that left foot behind the right. Right hand comes down to match. Draw the left hand up towards the sky and sit. Draw that hip up, pull it in. Hoop. Find balance with that inside foot and then reach to the sky, almost behind you. Extend. Push your shoulder away from your ear. Good, and at the same time, drop both of these in, back to all fours. Now, we're gonna push these hands forward a little bit, back up some, dig the toes in the sand here, and we're gonna stand up through into our down dog. Here, I want you to point your triceps towards the mat and biceps up. Get another great opportunity to shift your weight left and right, stretching those calves. Good, we're gonna come up to a half moon here. So I want you to draw your right foot up to your right foot. Drop that left knee down and then flatten out the foot and come up to the position. Kneeling, flexed, intentionally pressing the glute into the front side hip flexor so we can stretch that front side. A little bit less sweat inside. Here we go. Extend those arms up, reach back. We're opening up the front side of the body. Reach thumbs out behind you and then let the head fall. So you're looking into the hands, stretch it forward. Big deep breath. And as we exhale out, we'll take the hands to the mat, press that back up into our down dog, stretch back and forth. Good. We're gonna repeat that here on the left side. Bring the left up, drive the knee through to the left knee. Drop that right to the mat, flatten the hand or the foot. We'll sit up tall. Again, activate the glute, press the hip forward, draw the belly button down, sit tall. Take that big deep breath in, extend the arms overhead and reach for the sky. Interlock the fingers and and let the eyes follow the hands behind you. Pressing into that right leg, pushing into the left foot so you can really obtain great balance here. Reaching back, and on the exhale, we'll fall forward. This time, as we draw our left foot back, we're just gonna take this little sit back, reach, open up the shoulders, sit back into the hips. Come forward to all fours, dig the toes in the sand, press up and away, back to our down dog. Stretching back and forth. We'll repeat that flow. Right foot floats, flies into the right hand. We drop the left knee, flatten the left foot. Press against that hip, and let's get that big inhale. Extend the arms overhead. Press up towards the sky and breathe. As we exhale, fall towards the mat, press into the mat, lift just enough to pull that right foot back into your down dog, shift left, right, let the left foot float, drive it up to the left hand, drop the right knee, flatten it out. Let's get balanced here, fellas. Situate down and in, press the glute forward. Let's get that inhale. Reach overhead, interlock the fingers, really flex the spine back. We're trying to open up this front side. Couple of big deep breaths. Really reach for the sky and pull it back. And as we exhale, back to the mat. Press into the mat, dig the toe in the sand, lift up, push, and back to down dog. All right. Another little flow here to open up the hip, front side, back side. You're gonna fall towards plank. Chaturanga, basically draw the elbows in into your chest. It's the mat. Lay these feet flat on the ground, press high, draw your shoulders down and away. Again, act as though you were pushing the floor away from you. Dig your toes in the sand, drive the hips up, through, into down dog. More of this calf stretch. Maybe picking up on a trend here, guys, with the bottom of the foot and the lower leg. A lot of activity going in there. From here, back to our plank. Chaturanga, elbows tight, so your chest touches the mat. Let the feet flat, press away the mat. Squeeze those glutes. Be very active here. Dig your toes in the sand. Drive the hips back towards the sky. Good, and we're just gonna walk these feet up to our hands. Let it up, and just hang. Feet are parallel, toes are forward. Knees can be bent, but just let your body, the weight of your body sit almost on top of your thighs. Let the head hang. Go ahead and grab the elbows and reach for the ground. And we're gonna try to just straighten these knees. If your chest comes up, that's good. Hang, grab the elbows, straighten the knees, let the chest rise if needed. Flex, draw those kneecaps up. Flex your quad, and then we'll relax on the exhale. Again, let the head hang. This is it. Inhale, extend the knee, flex the quad. The next one more. Inhale, extend that knee, flex the quad, and let it all just come out. Hang here. You may feel some of that back musculature loosening up. That's fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and sit back down onto a bum. Feet right here in front of you. Best cue, go ahead and draw your hips ahead of time, right? Real close, even backing up as you roll back into your back. We're gonna go ahead and get into a half bridge here. So from here, almost where you can touch your heels, I want you to drive hard into the bottom of your feet, tuck your tailbone, and really drive your hip forward. We want to bring the hands underneath your hip, walk them down, interlock the fingers, and press. Press through the bottom of your feet. Squeeze your glutes as hard as you can. Isometric. I'm gonna hold this one. You should be trying to pull your shoulder blades together, resting almost on the back of your arms. Stay focused. Let go of the fingers. Drop the hip. As you lay your lower back onto the mat, we can adjust the shoulders. We're gonna bring our legs up to tabletop. This is flat, 90 degrees at the knee and hip. From here, I'm gonna reach, bringing my shoulder blades off the deck, trying to reach the back of that heel, just to a point where you're tense. All the tension right through the middle, front side. We're strengthening. Now, while keeping your abdominals tight, trying to expand the rib cage out. Focused breath. Two more breaths. Focus. Last breath. As that breath leaves the body, let the feet fall. Go ahead and tuck those feet close to you again, because we're gonna, yes, guess what? Do it again. Cool. So shimmy, shimmy down. Get those heels close to your bum again. Cool. Now, tuck the tailbone, drive through the bottom of the foot, really press those heels hard into the mat. Raise your hip as high as you can. Reach behind you, underneath, interlock those fingers, and press towards your heels. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Again, we're kind of resting on the back of the upper arm. Getting into that breath. Tailbone's tucked, glutes are on. Should feel your quads quite active here. Top of the leg. Let's go 2 more breaths. And as you exhale, let those hips fall. Easy to the mat. Situate the upper body. Let's take them up. That tabletop, nice 90-degree angle at the knee and the hip. Bring the shoulders up as though you were touching the heels and squeeze. We inhale, keeping a tight core, expanding the rib cage. Each exhale is a tight contraction. Two more big breaths. Come on, stay tight. Draw those shoulders away from your ears, down and away. Last breath. As we exhale, we'll let the feet hit the mat. Let your head rest. And go ahead and extend the legs. Head top of the mat, feet bottom of the mat. Hands rest where they will, eyes closed. Let's just take a moment to let it all unwind. Couple more nice breaths here as you let that tension just kind of leave your body. You start to bring awareness back to your body, kind of moving the hands, moving the legs, thinking about engaging your trunk, turning your core on. I'm gonna sit it up. Don't press the mat away. Well, guys, this is one of those repeat after me deals. You gotta do this stuff pretty frequently. Let's think about the math. You may be sitting down at work, sitting down in the car, sitting down on the couch, many, many hours per day. we just did here was about 20 minutes of effort. So it should be logical that you would need to do this pretty frequently to counteract or counterbalance the amount of sitting that you do. What we do today, we're investing in our future self. Remember, it's not about today you, it's about tomorrow you. So invest into tomorrow you and knock this video out a few times this week, guys. I promise it'll pay off. Until then, I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming into my channel and trying to take away a little bit of this exercise science. Appreciate you guys, and we'll be talking again soon. Hell, I might even find another cool ass environment to do one of these videos, because this has been neat.